The most powerful thing you can do right now is disappear. Not forever, not running away, but strategically vanishing to become someone they don't recognize when you come back. Let me tell you something nobody talks about. The most successful people I know have seasons. Seasons where they're visible, social, available, and seasons where they go dark, where they say no to everything, where they vanish into the work. Most people don't do this. They're always available, always responding, always saying yes to every invite, every DM, every quick call. And they wonder why they never make progress. Here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Every notification you answer is focus you'll never get back. Every distraction you allow is a piece of your potential you're giving away. The world is designed to keep you busy. Busy responding, busy reacting, busy staying exactly where you are. The people who break through, though, they learn to disappear. They learn that your availability is inversely proportional to your value. They learn that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is become unreachable. I'm going to show you the power of the strategic disappearance. How to go dark, how to protect your focus, how to come back as a completely different person. And why saying no to almost everything is the secret to getting everything you want. Let's get into it. The dark power of disappearing. Why strategic absence makes you unstoppable. The availability trap. So most people are way too available. They respond to every message within minutes. They say yes to every coffee meeting. They're always online. They're always reachable, always ready to drop what they're doing for someone else. They think this makes them a good person, a good friend, a good networker. It does not. It makes them stuck. Here's the brutal math. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Every notification you answer is focused you'll never get back. Every distraction you allow is a piece of your potential you're giving away permanently. Warren Buffett said it best here. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to everything. Not some things, almost everything. So what constant availability actually costs you? Here on the left, we focus on what you lose. Here on the right is how it shows up. So deep focus, how it shows up, you never enter flow state and your work stays surface level. Your time, days vanish into other people's priorities, your energy. Constant context switching drains your battery. Momentum. Every interruption resets your progress to zero. And respect. People value what is scarce. Available people seem less valuable. Your availability is inversely proportional to your value. The more available you are, the less people respect your time. I want to share something personal here. A few years ago, I was the most available person you'd ever meet. I'd respond to every message within minutes. I'd say yes to every coffee meeting. I'd jump on every quick call. I thought I was being a good person, building relationships, staying connected. But here's what actually was happening. I was building everyone else's dreams except my own. I was so busy being available to others that I had no time left for the things that actually mattered to me. My inbox was full, my calendar was packed, and my progress was zero. The turning point came when I realized something brutal. Nobody was going to protect my time except me. Nobody was going to guard my focus except me. If I didn't learn to disappear, I'd stay visible and stuck forever. So I started saying no a lot to almost everything, and everything changed. The season's philosophy. So the most successful people understand something most don't. Life has seasons and you get to choose which one you're in. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says it here. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. There's a time to be visible and a time to disappear. We have two seasons here. We have the planting season and we have the harvesting season. Planting is head down, working, invisible, saying no to almost everything, building in silence, input mode. Harvesting season is head up, sharing, visible, saying yes strategically, letting the results speak, output mode. Most people try to do both at the same time. They want to plant and harvest simultaneously. It does not work. You can't build something great while constantly being interrupted. You can't go deep while staying surface level available. Cal Newport calls this deep work in his book here, the ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks. He says the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare at exactly the same rate it is becoming increasingly valuable. When you're in planting season, protect it ruthlessly, and that's when the magic happens. So the art of saying no. Here's what you need to say no to during your planting season. Number one, meetings that could be emails. Most meetings are a waste of time. Before you accept, ask, is my presence actually necessary? Can this be handled at the same time? If yes, decline. Number two, coffee chats with no clear purpose. Let's grab coffee and pick your brain is code for I want to take your time without offering any value unless there's a clear mutual benefit. Just decline. Number three, social media notifications. Every notification is someone else's priority interrupting yours. Turn them off. All of them. Check on your schedule, not theirs. Number four, projects that don't align with your main goal. Interesting opportunities are the enemy of important ones. If it's not directly moving you forward to your main objective, it's a distraction disguised as progress. Number five, people who drain your energy. You know who they are. The complainers, the doubters, the ones who leave you feeling worse than before. During planting season, they don't get access. Steve Jobs said it here. People think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on, but that's not what it means at all. It's saying no to the 100 other good ideas. Saying no is not selfish. It's necessary. I want to be clear about something. This is not about becoming a hermit. It's not about being antisocial or burning bridges. It's about understanding that life has seasons and you get to choose which season you're in. There's a season for planting, head down, working, building, invisible. And then there's a season for harvesting, visible, sharing, connecting, reaping what you planted. Most people try to do it at the same time. They want to plant and harvest simultaneously. It does not work. When you're in planting season, you need to protect it ruthlessly. That means saying no to dinners that don't serve the mission. That means ignoring DMs that are just noise. That means being okay with people thinking you fell off the earth. Because when you come back, and you will come back, you'll be so different they won't recognize you. That's the power of seasons. That's the power of disappearing with intention. So, the disappearing protocol. Here's how to actually disappear strategically. Step one, define your mission. Before you disappear, know why you're disappearing. What are you building? What's the outcome? What does success look like? Get crystal clear. Write it down. This will be your North Star for every decision. Step two, set your timeline. Planning season should have an end date. 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, define it. This isn't a permanent isolation. It's just more of a strategic focus with a deadline. Step three, communicate boundaries. Tell the important people in your life what you're doing. Hey, I'm going into a focus season for the next 90 days. I'll be less available. It's not personal. I'm building something important, and most people will respect it. Step four, create friction. Make it hard for distractions to reach you. Delete social apps from your phone, turn off notifications, set your phone to do not disturb by default, use website blockers. The goal is to create distance between impulse and action. And step five here is schedule connection. Disappearing doesn't mean zero human contact. It means intentional human contact. Schedule specific times for calls, emails, and social stuff. Outside those windows, you're unreachable. And now the return. Here's what happens when you disappear with intentions and you actually do the work. You don't come back as the same person. You come back sharper, clearer, stronger. You come back with results instead of excuses. You come back with proof instead of promises. 50 Cent said it best here, every negative is a positive. The bad things that happen to me, I'd somehow make them good. That means you can't do anything to hurt me. But I'd add to that, the disappearing, the period where people wonder where you went, that's not a negative. That's the furnace where transformation happens. Kobe Bryant used to disappear every summer. He'd go dark, train obsessively, work on the new parts of his game. Then he'd come back in the fall. Everyone would say, yo, where did that come from? It came from disappearing. Your return should make people ask, what happened to you? Here's what I want you to understand about the return. When you disappear strategically and you do the work, you don't come back as the same person. You can't. You come back sharper, clearer, stronger. You come back with results instead of excuses. You come back with proof instead of promises. And people notice. They notice because you're different. They notice because you're different, your energy is different, and your confidence is different. You didn't just talk about changing, you actually did the work. That's what separates the people who make it from the people who don't. The ones who make it are willing to disappear, willing to be forgotten temporarily, willing to sacrifice visibility for velocity. And the ones who don't, they stay visible, they stay available, they stay exactly the same. It's your choice. The scarcity effect. Now, there's another benefit to disappearing that nobody talks about. Scarcity creates value. When you're always available, you're taken for granted. When you're rarely available, you're sought after. This isn't manipulation, it's just human psychology. Robert Greene in the 48 Laws of Power says, the more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. Create value through scarcity. When you disappear, people wonder what you're working on, your return gets attention, your time becomes more valuable, your words carry more weight. Absence doesn't just make the heart grow fonder, it makes your presence more powerful. Bottom line, you don't have to be available to everyone. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to say yes to stuff that pulls you away from your purpose. You have permission to disappear. Not forever, but for a season. A season where you go dark, where you say no, where you protect your focus like your life depends on it. The life you want is on the other side of the distractions you're willing to ignore. Let people wonder where you went, and when you come back transformed. Disappear, do the work, and come back unrecognizable. Here's what I want you to take from this. You don't have to be available to everyone. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to say yes to the stuff that's pulling you away from your purpose. You have permission to disappear. Not forever, but for a season. A season where you go dark, where you say no, where you protect your focus, your life depends on it. Because honestly, your future does depend on it. The life you want is on the other side of the distractions you're willing to ignore. So here's my challenge to you. Pick your season, decide what you're building, and then disappear into your work. Turn off the notifications, stop checking the inbox every 5 minutes, say no to the things that don't serve the mission. And then let people wonder where you went. And when you come back, because you will come back as someone they don't recognize. Come back with results. Come back transformed. That's the dark power of disappearing. Use it, and I'll see you in the next one. If this hits home, subscribe. I put out videos like this every day. No fluff, just real talk about building a life on your terms. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, tell me what season you're going into, and let's start building.